Chapter 10 Assassination Conspiracy. There was a land of date palms swaying in a warm breeze, the ripe fruit hanging heavy against dry palm fronds. The sound of water trickling was barely audible, and with each step the ground felt more and more familiar. This was soon to be home. The messenger awoke from a dream and knew he would soon leave the city. The Sublime ordered that he immigrate to that land. Most believers had immigrated away from the city because of the hostile conditions there. People would slip out of the city in the middle of the night and make the journey quietly and unannounced, with the exception of Omar, who was one of the most courageous of believers. "I am immigrating," declared Omar, stepping up to the leaders of the Quraysh. Omar challenged them. "He who wants to leave behind him a bereaved mother, a widow or orphan, children, can meet me beyond this valley." None of the Quraysh hindered Omar from leaving, nor did they meet him beyond the valley given his superb skills as a warrior. However, the Quraysh became fearful that if the messenger were to immigrate to Medina, he would become stronger and human loss could occur through conflict. The Quraysh held a private meeting to decide how to deal with the situation. Someone proposed that the messenger be subjected to solitary confinement. The group rejected this idea on the grounds that it might rally the believers. Another Qurayshi said, "Let us send him into exile. Once he is far away, he will cause us no more trouble. We, on the other hand, will be able to repair the damage he has caused in our ranks and restore our national unity." This proposal was also turned down, as they felt the messenger may gain support with another tribe given his eloquence. Abu Jahl spoke up and suggested to take a youth from each of the clans and arm them with swords. He thought the young men should then all stab the messenger at the same time. The blood would then be on the hands of all the tribes. "This is the best opinion," said an old man who had entered the gathering. The men turned their heads toward the voice. Chilling as it was, they found comfort that someone other than they at least supported Abu Jahl's sinister plan. Little did they know that the voice was that of Satan himself, disguised in the form of the elderly man. Without further ado, the Quraysh forgot the man, who also quietly vanished from the gathering, leaving behind only bloodlust in his wake. The Quraysh decided to move forward with their conspiracy to assassinate the messenger that very night after the meeting. The Quraysh selected and prepared their young assassins. Meanwhile, Angel Jibril told the messenger about the Qurayshi conspiracy. The Sublime had also granted the messenger permission to leave the city. The messenger went to his close friend Abu Bakr and told him that he would be leaving the city that night. Abu Bakr had purchased 2 camels, which would be perfect for the 2 of them to ride on their eventual journey to Medina. It was also decided that the messenger's cousin, Ali, would lay down alone in the messenger's bed, taking his place in the house before the attempted Qurayshi assassination. The messenger said to Ali, "Don't be afraid." As the heaviness of the night alighted upon the city, the young assassins slinked into position and kept watch over the messenger's house. The messenger cracked open his door, stepping toward the assassin's line of sight. As he looked out into the inky black night, the messenger recited from the Book of Truth, "And we have put before them a barrier, and behind them a barrier, and covered them so they do not see." Stepping out, the messenger threw dust on the assassins' heads. The assassins were all asleep, unconscious of his easy escape. Sometime later, the assassins woke up with dirt in their faces and encrusted on their eyes. Shaking off the remains of sleep, they regrouped and forcefully entered the messenger's house. Quickly taking in the simple furnishings and peaceful stillness about the house, they all rushed to the bed of the messenger, where the covers gently rose and fell with the deep breaths of a sleeping man. The assassin said, "Here is a messenger in his bed." The assassins all assembled around the bed, some already drawing their swords. The closest to the head jerked off the cover and gasped. There lay Ali, asleep in the messenger's bed. Frustrated, they agreed not to complicate their failed mission with unnecessary blood on their hands. Instead of taking his life, they reported back to their elders that the messenger was gone. Meanwhile, the messenger had bid his farewells to the city and to the sanctuary. He rode with Abu Bakr into the distance on their 2 camels.